Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. On this video, I'm going to be driving through the city of Huntertown, Indiana, which is located 18 minutes outside Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's in Allen County. And the population of Huntertown, Indiana is 8,965 people. And this is the fastest growing city in the Northeast Indiana region. As of the 2020 census, the population has grown by a whopping 45.8%. And ever since the 2010 census, the total population growth has been 90%. So yeah, this is the fastest growing city in the Northeast Indiana region. Now, if you also would like to move here and be a part of the massive population growth, the median home price for you will be $280,000. However, you're not gonna find a home around here for $280,000 actually is fairly close to the average house price. That's fairly close. Now, if you want to rent, your rent prices are gonna go from $850 to $1,630 a month. Those are your median rent prices. And crime here is gonna be below average across the board. And your racial demographics are going to be 86.3% white, 3.5% black, 2.7% Asian, and 3.7% Hispanic. And this community is going to be, this city is going to be one of your more diverse cities outside of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, granted, this is not the most diverse city out here in the world, but for Northeast Indiana standards, this is going to be one of your more diverse cities. So, if you can afford to stomach the housing prices out here, this city will put you in a nice and small and relatively quiet community, not far from Fort Wayne, less than 20 minutes away from Fort Wayne. And you can come out here and you'll get a little bit of that small town feel. Now, technically, this is considered a suburb of Fort Wayne. Now, me personally, as I drive around and record this video, I get more of a small city feel than I get a suburban feel. But that's me. Okay, on to some basic information about this city. Now, Huntertown, Indiana originally was named the Opening because basically this city was created, the beginning of the creation of Huntertown, Indiana was basically a opening of a local national forest at the time that was in this area. So in other words, this area there used to be a natural forest in this area, And what they did was they opened up a substantial amount of the forest, and the opening that they've created in the forest at that time was big enough to create what used to be considered a village, because Huntertown wasn't always considered a city. I mean, as I told you just a second ago, this area used to be called the Opening due to how this community was first created. I mean, actually, this community used to be considered a village. And at the time, the village was the founder and the first settler of the village at the time his name was William T. Hunter. Now, Huntertown platted in 1869, but it did not incorporate into a city until 1966. Now, Huntertown is the home of the nation's oldest reliable weather observations. Well, it was the home of the nation's oldest reliable weather observations, where here in the 19th century, so basically here in Huntertown, there was a farm that Rapin, R-A-P-I-N, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but I'm gonna say Rapin Andrews. I can't pronounce his name right. It doesn't sound right when I say Rapin. It's R-A-P-I-N. So I'm gonna say R. Andrews. So basically, R. Andrews kept record of the local weather from the 17th of April of 1839, and he did this for 10 years up until the day he passed away. And he worked out of a farm that was here in town at the time, and then once he passed away, his family continued to record the local weather up until the 30th of April of 1874. And in July of 1846, there was a record high temperature of 102 degrees Fahrenheit. That was in July of 1846. And the record low was negative 34 degrees Fahrenheit, and that was on the 29th of January of 1873. A year before they quit recording the local weather. That family quit recording the local weather. Now, due to the rapid growth of this city, Huntertown added 2 town council staff. Before they had 3 council staff members, now they got 5. And they added 2 more staff to accommodate the rapid growth of the city. And this the council is also working on creating a new water plant, a parks board, and a new 27-acre park. Have they done any of that yet? I have no idea. At this point, I'm going to assume they haven't done it yet, and all that is in the works. Now, anyone that knows better, feel free to drop a comment below. We all would like to know that kind of information here. And the town's weekly newspaper, the Northwest News, has been in operation since 1997 in the former Huntertown State Bank, the site of the robbery by the John Dillinger gang that took place in the 1930s. The building's right window still has bullet holes in it from the Don Dillinger gang robbery. So I don't know if the newspaper company authorizes tours of their facility, but if they do, just remember, apparently, at least according to Wikipedia, if you go to that old bank building where the Don Dillinger gang robbery happened, that bullet hole is still in that window. Allegedly. Now, as you guys can see, this is a very nice city. It definitely does have suburban characteristics. Now, maybe if you're in this part of the city, it might feel. It does have more of a suburban feel. But if you're in the older part of the city, in my opinion, it's more of a small city feel. So yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say about this place. To me, if you're in the older part of the city, it'll be more of a small city feel. If you get into one of these newer parts of the city, it may feel a little bit more suburban. Now, obviously, I would never live here because housing prices are way too expensive. It's way outside what I can afford. I'm not even gonna lie. But if you got the money and you're wanting to live close to Fort Wayne, but not in Fort Wayne, this city would be it'll be worth a look. As you guys can see, it's nice and clean, and a lot of people are moving here. A lot of people that are moving here from Fort Wayne because they don't want to be in the city no more. And fortunately, they have the money to live in a community like this one. And granted, the cost of living out here was not always as expensive as it is now. But like any other place in the country, high demand is going to equal higher housing prices, and that's what I believe that happened out here, in conjunction, of course, to the competitive housing market that's going on in many parts of the country. Alright, folks, that's all I gotta say on this one. I'm gonna let you guys watch the remainder of this video. And remember, feel free to interact in the comment section, and if you want to help me out, all you gotta do is give my videos a thumbs up, which will help with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that right now. That way you can see all the new videos that will be coming your way. So everybody have a blessed one, and I will see you on the next one.